Good morning, citizens. How's it going? Today's gonna be kind of just like a off the wall, like no plan, just jump into showing you guys what I'm gonna be reading. And I think I'm also gonna pull another book out of my TBR jar and show you, like, we'll see what that is. First, I want to say sorry if I sound funny or if I seem like I'm out of breath. I'm really, like, I broke my nose like a week ago and I've been having allergies and everything that, like, could make my breathing problem, like, worsen just decided to. Not that I had one before, but now I do. But with that, let's just get into it. So, sorry, you can see the whole holy hell that is my room, but I don't give a shit. So, like, I've been fucking just hanging out lately, and I've got a lot of books that I haven't finished. Really. And some of them I don't really want to finish. I might just throw them in my TBR pile and get to them when I have to. Because I don't even know what I'm gonna do about these. I'll just take a sleep. So, yeah. Here, let's start out. The first book I have actually isn't mine, it's my friend's. He's letting me borrow it. Hack Slash, the Omnibus, Volume 2, which I think contains books like 3 and 4 or something. 4, 3 and 4, 4 and 5. Here's the back. Really, really cool books. I read, the first couple comics that was, part of the Omnibus 1, but we didn't have the Omnibus back then. We just had the regular comics, but it's really good. I like Hack Slash, so if you like it, just, if you like slasher comics or anything like that, if you like horror movies, if you like, badass chick running around beating the crap out of, like, different, people, or, it's not really people, they're called slashers, but, beating the crap out of people who murder people or whatever, then definitely check this out, because this is a really good series, and the chick in it is fucking amazing, and super hot, and it's awesome. Second book I have, and it's a dense little motherfucker it is, The Gate to Women's Country by Sherry Tepper. This book is dense as dense books get. Like, I read, a few weeks ago, last year, I read, what is it? Motherfuck. Oh yeah, The Picture of Dorian Gray. I have it over there on my bookshelf. And that book got to the point, like, where he's talking about, like, rocks and fabrics and stuff. It was so dense, and I was like, Jen, you just fucking stop talking about the rocks. Like, I don't care anymore. This book is it's really poetically written, so it's really difficult to read if you haven't been exposed to poetic things before, and I haven't. I kind of have, and, I've read some kind of, I've read some poets, and I used to be into poetry and stuff like that, but no, this book is fucking dense, but I want to finish it because my vice principal gave it to me to read, because she's really cool. She's into, like, Lord of the Rings and Doctor Who and shit. She's fucking awesome. And so I want to finish this book because she said that it was probably totally up my alley. So it's kind of a feminist novel, and I'm not a feminist, I'm a humanitarian, so, equal rights for everybody. No, we're not going to get into the politics, because I'm just going to start pissing people off, because my views are very different. Other book I have. Dust cover is over there, and I'm too lazy to go get it. It's Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. This is the Barnes & Noble Classics edition, so it's got, like, deckled edges, and this book, it's just, with this dust cover on, it's so beautiful. I love this book so much. We were supposed to read it for school, and of course I didn't finish it, because who finishes books for school? Like, nerd. No, you really do finish your books and write your essays on time and shit. Don't even. But yeah, so I want to finish that because, I'm, like, almost done with it. But that book's also dense. It's hard to read. It takes a long time, and I'm just like, oh, can it be over? The Way of Shadows by Brent Weeks. This book was lent to me by a friend. I got a lot of books here from friends. Like, what the hell? But this book was lent to me by a friend. It's about an assassin who's, like, the greatest assassin ever, and it's kind of like a high fantasy novel. I'm not really into fantasy all that much, but This, you know, the typography in here is big. It looks like I could, you know, bust it out in a day, maybe two. I don't read very fast, so I told him I'd give it a shot and see how it went. Other book, Ender's Shadow by Orson Scott Card. I read Ender's Game. Ender's Game was fucking amazing. I love that book. Oh my god. Best, easily on the top 10 books I've ever read. Oh lordy. And my friend's like, you're psycho. You like Ender's Game. You need to read Ender's Shadow. And I was like, okay. And so I got it. And I'm like 70 pages in, and it's amazing so far, and I knocked that out in a night, and I was like, oh my god, I love this. I'd have to keep reading, but I have school. I need to sleep. Other book. Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. Still haven't finished this. Still want to finish this. It's a reread, you know, I've read it before, but I want to finish it for this week, or this year, because I'm doing a, I'm doing a, 2014 reading challenge where I read 50 books in a year because I've never read that many in a year. So, here is one of those that I want to read and finish and put on there, and it'll be cool. But that book also is a little dense. It takes a little bit to read because the dialogue can get a little sketchy if you're not paying attention. Other book, Divergent by Veronica Roth. Not done with it. Obviously, I saw the movie. Movie was great because I didn't finish the book, and so how can the movie be bad when you know nothing, you know, really about the book and how the movie pales in comparison to the book's awesomeness? And yes. So, reading that, I want to finish that. Ugh, this is getting to be a really big pile. And last but not least, before I go grab a Soul Eater and my TBR jar, Harlan Ellison's Dream with Sharp Teeth. I don't want to finish this whole book because I want to do it in small sections, but I want to read like two of the other short stories in here. I already read I Have No Mouth and I'm a Scream, and if you saw my video a few days ago, my last video, I just rant and raved and bookgasmed all over it because it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I don't even want to talk about this. It's too great. And I love it so much. So I'm going to grab Soul Eater 19 because I read that. I bought that yesterday. So I'll give you guys a short little review on that. Just a little one because I don't want to ruin it because most people haven't read up to like the 19th book. I have seen a lot of people do it on Goodreads, but generally, most people haven't, so I'm not gonna do anything spoiler-tastic for that. And then, I'm gonna grab my TBR jar and figure out what the next book I'm gonna read. BRB, guys! Hey, I'm back. Okay, so I got Soul Eater 19. 19th book, obviously, in the Soul Eater manga. If you guys have read the show, if you guys read the show, then you should tell me about it. Well, technically, if you watch the subtitles, I guess you can read the show. But anyway, what's it called? The show was not nearly as amazing as the book. The show got to a point, I think what happened is that the show got to the point with the manga wasn't done, and then they're like, oh, we'll just finish it. Instead of like shoving filler in there, like, you know, Bleach or something. They were like, no, we'll just finish it and act like we knew what was going on the whole time. And then it was terrible and disappointing. Because I finished it so quickly and I didn't like it. And I know that a lot of people are die-hard for the show. And yeah, the show did some good stuff, but there wasn't much, like, character development and amazingness that was the manga. And I really suggest you read it. This one was 100 out of 10. I would read it again. It was so good, and I loved it, and I was so happy that I read it, and I got it. Next one comes out, like, May 25th, I think, so I am so excited to read the next installment of the Soul Eater series. Okay, so here's my little TBR jar. Isn't it cute? We're gonna pick out a book. I really hope it doesn't suck. If it's a book that I don't want to read, I'm gonna donate it to people who need read books. What is it? Ooh, Legend by Marie Lu. Ooh, I'm gonna go get that. That looks like fun. Hold on, BRB. Hi. Okay, I'm back. So, I got Legend. some people are going to be like, oh my god, you haven't read this book, how have you not read this book? Because I didn't read it. That's how I didn't read this book. But I have it in my possession. I'm going to read it, and I think it's going to be really, really good. I also got Halo the Flood, because I borrowed these books from my friend. I read Fall of Reach. I've read some of the comics. I played the games. And I really want to read this, and so I'm going to. Oh, I am stupid. I have too many books I have to read in too little time. I'm also doing Camp NaNoWriMo, and I figured out that I need to write like 6,666 words every day to get back on track because I've been so off track lately. And that means that I have like 7 hours of work on average to do. And so I don't think I'm going to complete this NaNoWriMo. Like, it's really kind of a bummer. I really do want to complete it. But it's not, like, I'm really happy with the progress I've made. I've came up with a really cool idea. I've, gotten a little bit of base down. But I feel like I should focus on my other novel first and get that completely finished before I start jumping into a new thing. And not treat it like my books, because I just have so many to read. And I just kind of want to enjoy my spring break. Like, I had like a fall break in November where I wrote literally my entire novel for NaNoWriMo November. I like procrastinated all month, and then I spent those 5 days that I had off writing the entire novel, like a 50,000 word novel in 5 days. Like, I wrote 10,000 words a day, and it was terrible. And I was so burnt out, and then after I immediately went back to school, and I was just like, oh, why did I choose to do something that stupid? And so I think, like, I feel like if I stay on track, that'd be good, but I think I'm just gonna, like, settle down for this one. I'll write if I can, but I feel like any small, like, progress I make is better than, rushing through it and just having a piece of garbage in front of me. So I'm really happy with the progress I made, but I don't think I'm gonna finish Camp NaNoWriMo, which is kind of a bummer. But I want to just, like, relax this spring break and enjoy it and not even, like, have to deal with it. I'm about to graduate, so I just want to, like, relax. I start college July 14th. Like, I'm going right out of school into college. So I'm just going to give this one a little break and hang out. So I hope that everyone's doing good. I'm really glad that you guys watch and you're subscribing and all that stuff. It really means a lot. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you appreciate my shirt. Shout out to Do Best Friends Play. I don't know if, like, I'm not being a plug to be a dork. I just really, really like these guys. And I was like, oh, I forgot I was wearing that shirt today. So I just wanted to give them a little shout out. But I hope you guys are having a great day. And I hope that you're reading books or writing stuff or drawing things or YouTubing the way you are. So have a lovely day, guys. Okay? Master Chief says have a lovely day. Come here, Master Chief. You're... Okay. Bye, guys.